Why do people smoke in the beginning? It's not because they really want to. It's because other people are smoking that they just join them. There's no one who wants to smoke from the beginning. That's why when people first start smoking, they close their door in a small room and they keep on smoking. And later, they go crazy. And they become dizzy. And once you start smoking, they become slaves to it. They become addicted to it. Then their hands smell, their clothes smell, they lose money, and they die sick. They become a slave to cigarettes. I will throw it away. Do you think our Father tells us not to smoke and drink because he's so stingy he doesn't want us to? No. If you want to smoke, then make a pipe, get a cigarette as big as a blanket and smoke that. This universe is very wide. There's no end to this universe. You can smoke as much as you want. And if you want to drink, why don't you just go inside a jug of alcohol and drink as much as you want. The reason why he tells us not to smoke and drink is because he wants us to be healthy and he wants to take us to heaven. If you're drunk, can you listen to these words of eternal life? No, so then they will die. You know, when we drink alcohol, it kills our brain cells. And our brain cells can never be restored. Once they die, they're dead forever. They say that there's, I don't know, maybe 15 billion brain cells. But once they die, they can never be restored. Every time we smoke and drink, they die. And later, people who smoke and drink a lot, later they become even stupid. One time, let me tell you a time when the cigarette box looked so nice to me. After meeting, I went up to the mountains, and there was a cigarette box unopened on the ground. There was once a young man who came. Maybe he came because of his wife or his friends, but he met our real daddy. And it was a new box. He threw it. He threw it away. And I saw it lying on the ground. That is a sign of regeneration. I never seen such a wonderful looking box of cigarettes. That was the first time. It looks so beautiful to me. I hope that you will also make that kind of determination. As princes and princes of heaven, how can we cause our mouth to smell so bad and become sick? What a shame. I feel to it all the way, become healthy and strong in body, mind, and soul, and go to heaven. God does not lie. If He promised to give us eternal life, He will give it to us. Even Confucius is known not to lie. Then how can God lie to us? If He says He will take us to heaven, He will take us. If He does not take us, then there's no one to live. There's no one who will live in heaven. It will be empty. Then we have sour kimchi, pickles, vinegar, hot pepper. You know, when kimchi gets sour, when pickles become too sour, we should throw it away. Because if we eat it, our blood will become completely acidic. If we say that it's a waste of money to throw away sour kimchi, isn't it better than spending that money to go to the hospital or eat medicine? And also hot pepper, it's a very strong stimulant. Nowadays we have rubber gloves, plastic gloves. But before, when our mother used to make kimchi with bare hands, and they have to touch the hot pepper, they couldn't even sleep at night later because it stimulates their nerves and makes their hands all itchy. Our skin is so strong and thick, but if it goes inside our body, what will happen? It says, if it scratches the inside of our body, scratches the inside of our stomach, the lining of our stomach, and we become like alcoholics. The blood becomes dirty. The only good thing for hot pepper and hot pepper paste is when we have severe dysentery, diarrhea. If you are suffering from dysentery or severe diarrhea, then drink water mixed with charcoal, activated charcoal. Or there's even special herbs. Or you can take 2 pieces of raw garlic and hot pepper paste. One time in Jeju Island, in the army camp, they all had dysentery. And they tried all kinds of medicine, but nothing worked. So they all fed them hot pepper paste. And they all became okay. So hot pepper paste is only good when we have diarrhea. If you want to eat peppers or pepper paste, they have red peppers nowadays which aren't hot. And that's good for you. Next, how about coffee? Why do you drink coffee? Why? It's just like smoking. It's because everyone else drinks coffee. You know, Westerners, Americans drink coffee. I want to be like them too. And that's why they like to sit in coffee shops. What would you like? Give me coffee. They think that if they ask for coffee, it's anything special. So they ask for coffee. You know, there are many people who die due to coffee. Why do you drink coffee? It's so bitter. That's why they must mix sugar. And then sometimes in the beginning, they force themselves to drink coffee. Coffee makes our skin pale. And our skin loses elasticity. And it hampers our brain activity. It destroys our nervous system. And later it causes insomnia. That's why we can't sleep after we drink coffee, right? It's destroying the nervous system. You know, not being able to sleep is no different than committing suicide. That's why when we drink coffee, we have insomnia. And that's showing that it's affecting our brain. In the beginning, when we first drink coffee, it stimulates our body and our brain. So sometimes it makes us feel very strong. But later, after it wears away, we become more exhausted. And we lose all of our strength. Just like alcohol. In the beginning, we feel good, but in the end, it makes us exhausted. So when you drink coffee, you become dehydrated. Later, you get a headache and you have nervous breakdowns. And later, hands and feet start to shake. They call it tremoring. I hope you'll never drink coffee. If you want to die, why do you want to die such a miserable death? People only like to take things which will kill them, like alcohol, cigarettes, coffee, tobacco. That's why so many people are sick in the world. And things like soft drinks, soda, it's not good for us. Water is the best. If you want to spend money on that, then buy fruits and make juice. Another thing concerns meat. Let me tell you how harmful, how bad meat is. Inside our body, there are countless small blood vessels in our body, thinner than the strand of hair. You know, if we join all of our blood veins together, it can circle around the earth. But we have all these little capillaries, these small vessels throughout our body. And so if we eat meat like beef, pork, chicken, and anyway, if this animal fat enters our blood, not only does it make the blood acidic, but this animal fat starts to clog our blood vessels. As we keep on eating, it starts to build up, and later the blood cannot circulate. They call it arteriosclerosis, and sometimes it causes heart attacks and strokes. And so people who eat meat, they are fat and they look healthy. But in reality, their health is truly awful. And people who eat meat, they're not able to control their base passions. And they become so brutal. They're like animals. And cancer. Cancerous germs like meat. That's why people nowadays who eat so much meat have cancer. There's so much cancer in the world nowadays. There was such thing as cancer in our country even some time ago. You know, a long time ago in America, there was 400,000 people who died a year from cancer. And that was a long time ago. Who knows how many people die a year nowadays from cancer? But do you know why they have cancer? It's because of meat.
그래서 이 고기는 옛날에는
So long time ago, in the times of Noah or Jesus, or even before, the animals were not as sick as they are now. In the times of Noah, they were all very, very clean. Nowadays, all animals, cows, pigs, chickens, they're all sick. And they have all kinds of strange diseases. And if we eat that meat, we also receive that disease. And so we suffer from that disease that the pig was suffering from. And the disease of the cows are transferred to our body. Do cows eat meat or vegetables? Yet they only eat grass and other leafy vegetables. And yet they're so strong and healthy. That's why we should also eat fresh fruits and vegetables. That way we can become healthy and strong. But if we eat the cow, we can take the disease that the cow may have. So here, in this way, the blood cannot circulate. But if you eat brown rice, the oils and the fats from there can circulate throughout the capillaries with no problem, and it does not even build up. And nowadays, they inject chemicals and medicines which will make cows big and fat. So they, even just 2 months, they are given hormone injections and they become big and fat. And if you eat that meat, that it causes the person to become fat and bloated. So, because of that hormone injections, it causes the people who eat that meat to also swell up and bloat and become fat. Their bones become weak, and they can't even manage their own weight, and they can hardly walk. If that kind of person falls, they'll break a bone. And their blood vessels become clogged, and their face looks healthy, but actually inside they are very, very sick. You know, fat people are in dangerous ground.